Rodgers, timing route to the end zone. It's caught by Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers.
Welcome back to 5-Star Matchup. If you like what we do, pop over to patreon.com/5SMU right now and drop $4 in the jar to help support the show. Well, what do we have here? Another September and another case of I have absolutely no idea whatsoever if the Pittsburgh Steelers are good, bad, terrible, or even enjoyable to watch. But hey, let's go ahead and censor our feelings until we get to the end of this thing. Enter the New England Patriots and their shiny new head coach and former Steeler Mike Vrabel, led by second-year point guard Drake May, and they're looking to take advantage of a Steelers defense that through 2 games has underperformed mightily. Start this one off with a little action for Bam Bam Cam, and for the vocal minority out there that was complaining about our longtime captain looking for a little extra scratch this preseason, how about you go out there and tackle an offensive lineman and a giant quarterback at the same time? Third and long now, Drake gets time and may throw a pick, but it's Chuck, and I'm left asking what the fuck as he drops an easy as pie pick. They hand this one to Ramondre, who seems to be late on his flu shot as he coughs it up, and it gets recovered by the aptly named Big Play Slay. Is that a splash play by the Steelers defense? Over to Aaron and all the General's men, and he's slinging this one out to decaf half-calf Metcalf, who leisurely gallops through the Patriots D for a pretty first down, and while stuff like this doesn't leap off the page, they need to do more of this, taking advantage of DK's incredible athleticism. Treat him more like a Deebo Samuel if you catch my drift. Pitch this one back to the high-power, all-electric, solar-powered meatball himself, Mr. Jalen Warren, who rockets through the defense for an almost first, but the Steelers are moving and shaking as they enter the business zone. Hey, if something works, why not do it again and again? It's Art Smith dialing up a run for apparently this offense's featured player, Jalen Warren, who slices and dices his way for a much-needed red zone first. Well, if it works twice, why not thrice? And it's another toed up the gut for number 30, but all right, at least on second and short, maybe they'll drop back and no, another run up the gut. Okay. Warren somehow navigates a first through that 15-car pileup, and the Steelers find themselves with a goal to go on their first drive of the game. They run it twice more for literally nothing, and on third they lob a prayer to Mount Washington that somehow draws a ticky-tack pass interference call. And for the love of God, how many chances do you need? Next play, however, it's Art Smith slobbering up his read and belting a gorgeous little saxophone riff as A-Rod tosses this one to Kenny G for the seal-breaking score. Well, the drive was anything but pretty, but half the quarter is gone and the Steelers are out in front 7-0 on the road. Can I complain? Well, yeah, but I'll save that for later. Back on D now, and the Steelers go with their favorite don't guard the receiver defense, which works exactly how it always does, and by that I mean not at all, setting up an easy third and short, which they effortlessly convert. Second and 10 and screen, 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 I shout, but it matters not as what? It's not Harry, but Travion in the Henderson snagging and dashing to get halfway there. But on third and medium, it's again that suddenly lively Steelers defense creating absolute havoc for the Drake, whom I hate, and it's the first career sack for the newly debuted Derek Harmon, who, by the way, looked great all day today. Back to Rodgers in the offense, and while he might have played for 21 years at this point, did you know the Steelers are officially on their 8th straight year of trying to establish the run? Progress has been slow. Rodgers gets this one out to the forgotten Muth man, but on third and medium, he gets stripped. But wait, there's more! Defensive holding is always killer on third down, and here it's certainly no exception. Automatic first keeps the boys in white moving. But on third and 10, it's that very same 71-year-old quarterback proving he's still got a cannon for an arm as he fires a damn rope down the middle to noted tremendous name-haver Jonnu Smith for a desperately needed first down. Second and 6, it's another flip out to Jay Warren. I swear this is like half of the offense this year. Gets them close to a first, and we head already into the second quarter. Third and gotta have it, where do you go? But of course to the undrafted Samoan powerhouse himself, Jay Warren, who I am once again acknowledging as a verifiable #1 running back in this league. It's AA RON, flicking a picturesque beauty to wide receiver 1 DK Metcalf for a touchdown this DB couldn't stop in his wildest dreams. Just more of that professional quarterback type shit I'm always talking about for number 8. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but Aaron Rodgers is the best player on the Steelers offense. Back to the once fearsome, still highly compensated Steelers defense, who has still rarely met a run they'd like to stop in the year of our Lord 2025. Seriously, what's the average yards per carry against them in the last 6 or 7 games? Patriots do their best to get themselves off the field, but on third, a lack of pass rush and a wide open middle of the field, stop me if you've heard this one before, compels the Pats to convert a third pass midfield. And don't you just know they're getting 7 back on this drive? May lobs one deep that draws a PI on Eccles. I don't know, doesn't look like it to me, but that's why I don't wear stripes, I guess. And on first and goal, it's Drake May pouring a cold, refreshing glass of sweet tea as he patiently waits for his tight end to come wide the open in the end zone before putting it on him for an easy 6.
Woof.
Steelers defense looks a little more alive at least than last week. Still, the Patriots climb closer, 14-7. Back over to the Steelers offense, and let me know if you've heard this one before. Pass for a couple to the running back, run up the gut for literally nothing, and a pressure scramble at incompletion on third. Way to break momentum, Art. Steelers meekly punt it right back. Awesome play here by PQ, who fires in the backfield for the gorgeous TFL, and on second, it's a magnificently timed PBU for the first-year Steeler and 13th-year baller big play Slay. But on third and forever, it's another eternity to throw for the second-year man, who hits his back underneath, and he frustratingly takes it to just short of the first. Gutsy in his first year on the job, Vrabel decisively goes for it. Why would the Titans ever fire this man? And they, of course, convert. Very next play, it's that same sophomore quarterback slinging an ugly duck way over his man's head for an almost INT that just barely hits the ground. And don't you just know how this drive is going to go now? A couple plays later, and why would you bother to cover the running back out of the backfield? I mean, you're not allowed to throw it to him, are you? Oh wait, you are? Not so fast. Streets were saying Trentavious Jordan Watt, aka Eater of the Worlds, was washed. Well, let's just say I wouldn't run the bath just yet. TJ Sack be damned though, as Drake May settles into a Tempur-Pedic soft pocket. He fires deep down the center of the Steelers' once proudly patrolled secondary for another long conversion in a season that has already seen far too many of them. Time taking near the 2 now, and May lost one over PQ, hitting a deep in the wilderness, not a defender within 5 yards of him. What are they doing on defense? But an illegal man downfield penalty trips him up momentarily. May rolls and slings for a couple tick, followed by a few to Mr. Cardi B, and we're rapidly approaching the minute mark in this speedy half. I love this thing the Steelers do where they make it so their safeties can't really help with pass coverage. It seems smart. Maybe they're just gun shy by how much Minka was getting cooked last year? Patriots find themselves in a first and goal, offsides draws them closer, and can you believe how fast this 14-0 lead has dissolved? The whole damn D comes gunning for May on first, forcing him to fire out of the back of the end zone, and on second it's more of the same as he can hit nobody. Drake absolutely gets rocked and grabs his helmet, but no one checks him for a concussion apparently. And on the very next play, he's looking like he's seeing stars, as this one gets tipped and scooped out of the sky by Brandon Eccles. Steelers defense, while again not perfect by any means, keeps them off the board, and we head in for orange slices and pretzel rods with a touchdown lead for the good guys. Hey you, while you're on your way to that big bowl of pretzel rods and that shiny old plate of orange slices, take a second to pause this video and head over to patreon.com/5SMU to support the show for just $4. Really does help a lot. You get to join our very fun and active Discord server where you can scream at me about Aaron Rodgers 24 hours a day. Do it now. Now roll the game. Into the third quarter now, and remember when the Steelers were dominating this game? Me too. Rodgers swings one out to DK. Do we actually have a downfield passing game? And on second, it's more of the same. This time to Jay setting up a third down, and what the hell are you looking at, old man? Rodgers, admittedly under pressure, lobs an absolute what the f***er to former Steeler great Bob the Brick Spillane, who goes unbelievably hard in the 14 jersey, and he trots this one deep down into scoring range. Just a terrible throw by Rodgers, but again, do we have to wait until third down when the pressure is coming to throw an actual forward pass? May hits Henry, and the Patriots can't possibly blow this again, can they? Oh, they most definitely can. Looks like it's the all-pro captain himself, Godzilla Hayward, swatting this one out of Ramondre Stevenson's apparently slippery hands, and it's scooped by the man in Spillane's old jersey, Peyton Wilson, for the game-changing recovery. More running and more nothing. Oh wow, and even a penalty this time. Steelers are truly no closer to being a ground and pound team than they were when Benny Snell was here. And after a little more total nonsense, the Steelers manage a stupid freaking punt, again failing to capitalize on a gift turnover. God, they suck. Speaking of sucking, the Patriots running backs are doing everything in their power to lose this game. Here it's the powerful law firm of Peppers and Watt combining to punch another one loose, and the Steelers are seriously tempting the football gods if they don't take advantage here. And tempt they do. Art and Aaron expressed no interest in taking control of this game, and again, they meekly punt it back. This is not good enough if you ask me, but what do I know? I'm just a Steelers fan. What would I know about f***ing offense? Patriots get themselves moving with a patented little bit of McDanielsian dinkage and dunkage, with the run game and May grabbing a first, after first, after first, after first, until they're donning their American flag-colored ascots, entering the business zone. We head into the fourth and final stanza, and it's the Patriots again fearlessly facing a fourth and gotta have it. Mike Tomlin would 100% kick the field goal here. And Drake, mother may I, catches the D snoozing again, caught flat-footed in the old don't cover the tight end down the middle defense, which works like it almost always does, and by that I mean not at all. Horrible series, but hey, with all those turnovers, at least we're tied. It's winning time, so what does Art Smith do? He runs a play action, reminder the Steelers can't run, which Rodgers completes to Jonnu for almost nothing. He fumbles, luckily out of bounds, followed by another run for nothing. Can we please just throw the damn ball? And would you look at that? Steelers finally toss one deep down the field, and what do you know? Something good happens. Sadly though, another run gets nothing, followed by a pair of flying nothings. And I am left to wonder, do the Steelers even employ more than 2 wide receivers? Wilson? Anyone heard of Roman Wilson? Did he even get a snap today? Back to the Patriots, and can't you just see it now? They're gonna pull together a death by paper cuts drive, converting first down after first down, mowing the clock, and ultimately scoring the go-ahead touchdown, aren't they? Aren't they? Well, not so fast. May gets stood up on a 3rd and 1 sneak, setting up a gotta have it fourth, and they get it. Just took a little hold of the goat's collar, no big deal. Please ignore the giant linebacker being choked right in front of you, and the Patriots convert again. Time ticking under 8 now, and May finds himself under some pressure, and whoops! It's Area 51 knocking another one loose, and my goodness are this year's Patriots buttery. Vrabel needs to get some stickum in that building right the now. Sucks to suck. TJ falls on it, and it's back to Aaron and the boys with another chance to get it done. 1st and 10, Rodgers fires a seed to his man Calvin Austin III. I guess we do have wide receivers, who gets him close to a first, but fear not, as the electric meatball does electric meatball stuff, and would have gotten more if it wasn't for that ever-present, always troubling turf monster. But the Steelers are in business as they near Boswell territory. Time ticking near 6 minutes left now, and Rodgers again hits number 30, and does anybody grab it and go like this dude? He sticks his foot in the ground and gets north with the urgency. Another first for the Steelers as they drive closer and closer. Little Rodgers scramble, gosh he's slow these days. Well, he is 72, what do you expect? And the Steelers find themselves in a must-have third. Art dials up what you already know is gonna be a handoff to number 30, and moo! The cow jumps over the moon, and we are officially in business. Well, okay, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. This is, after all, the Steelers offense we're talking about. Penalty knocks him back, but a toss to Gainwell gains well, and we find ourselves in a 3rd and medium, and our 5-star
play of the game.
Rodgers dials it up. End zone! Touchdown! Calvin Austin!
Burn it down! It's Aaron freaking Rodgers firing one of the most precise passes you will ever see in your life to the back shoulder of the diminutive but always savvy Calvin Austin III, who more than makes up for last week's blunder with a spinning beauty of a touchdown catch. Steelers steal the lead, but there's still plenty of time left. Couple easy completions get the Pats to midfield, and we all collectively lean forward, wondering if it's reasonable to hope for a 15th Patriots turnover on the day. I hate the Drake. May gallops her a first. His mobility is, as Tomlin says, a problem, but time is ticking and it's looking like the sophomore is gonna need to or get off the pop. 1st and 10, and again, it's the eater of worlds, Trent Jordan Watt, swallowing the quarterback like some Culver's fried cheese curds, and the Pats are forced to take their second timeout. 2nd and 13, and whoops! Another moment of slippery hands for the Patriots, who most definitely look slick in their Pat the Patriots throwbacks, but weren't supposed to play slick. They're really giving Dante Moncrief out there. And on 3rd and long, May hits his man Henry for the oh-so-close to a first, but not quite, and the two teams line up mano a mano for a do-or-die 4th and 1.
They might be using one of those that they practice all the time.
Rushes on, May throws, catch, adjustment, Douglas! The second effort, he didn't get there.
Eccles wraps up Douglas short of the sticks, and say it with me. Your Pittsburgh Steelers are 2 and 1. So, is it okay if I, noted Steelers optimist, take a second to step back and acknowledge another pretty bad performance by the Pittsburgh Steelers here in 2025. Sure, they might be 2-1, and I have myself been a proponent of not every win needs to be pretty, but can any of them be pretty? New England delivered a painfully not ready for primetime performance, turning the ball over an absurd 5 times. They still outgained the Steelers 369 yards to 203, and the defense required a miraculous 4th down tackle to stop what was a very good chance for the Patriots to score and likely go for 2 and the win. Luckily, yes, they did get the job done, going home with a massive W in their pockets. But what disturbs me is that this team continues to be magnetically pulled to the mean, and even in scenarios like today in Foxborough, where they were able to pull out to a 14-0 lead and snag 5 freaking turnovers, they still find themselves in need of some late-game heroics by their aging but savvy quarterback, who, by the way, continued to get hammered. I just see nothing in this team through 3 games that signals to me that they'll be able to compete with the AFC's elite. Arthur Smith, while he was able to drop a handful of good drives today, continues to pound his head against the wall attempting to establish the Steelers' still non-existent run game, and no, constantly trying to do it does not mean you can do it. He needs to instead play to his best player's strengths and tailor the system to what the quarterback is good at and wants to do. The Steelers' offense is still wasting the majority of first downs lining up under center, handing off the ball for absolutely nothing. Put the Hall of Fame quarterback in shotgun and let him sling it. He very clearly still can. Whatever. I hate the Patriots, and I'm so glad they're finally bad. But so are we? Maybe? On to Dublin. Here we go. If you're still here, you know the drill. Patreon.com/5SMU to support the show now.